For over 100 years, there's been this quiet, unassuming book that holds a pretty radical secret to wealth, one that flips the script, replacing hard work with, well, harmony. It's called The Science of Getting Rich, and today, we're going to break down its wild, counterintuitive formula for what you could call effortless abundance.
Think about it. Our entire culture is built on this one single idea. The path to success is paved with exhaustion. We're basically taught to worship at the altar of sweat, believing that wealth is something that's earned only through sheer grinding effort.
Okay, but let's just push back on that for a second. If hard work alone made people rich, then the hardest working people on the planet would be the wealthiest. And we all know, deep down, that's just not how it works.
So, what if we ask a totally different question? What if wealth isn't something you have to chase down and conquer? What if it's something you simply align with? And really, this one question, it changes everything.
All right, so first things first, we've got to dismantle the biggest myth out there, the idea that struggle is somehow the source of success.
You see it everywhere, right? This whole hustle culture that glorifies burnout like it's some kind of badge of honor. It's this really deep-seated belief that effort itself is the virtue, as if exhaustion is the ticket you have to buy to get a wealthy life.
And this is where we get to the core of what Wallace D. Wattles was talking about. He argues that wealth doesn't come from the labor itself. It's not about what you do, it's about the consciousness behind what you do. It's all about doing things in a certain way.
Okay, so what is this certain way? Well, it all starts by understanding the true source of all wealth, and, spoiler alert, it has nothing to do with your job. So Wattles called this the thinking substance, a single, intelligent, formless energy that creates everything in the universe. It's a concept that sounds a lot like modern ideas in quantum physics, but he was writing about this over a century ago. Just imagine it's like this, cosmic clay. And your thoughts? They're the sculptor's hands, pressing a design into that raw energy and shaping it into reality.
What this does is it creates this incredible partnership. You don't have to build the house brick by brick. Your only job is to hold the blueprint, that super clear mental image. This infinite creative energy, well, that's the builder that actually brings it to life.
Okay, so when you start to get this, you're faced with a really big choice. It's a choice that pretty much defines your entire approach to getting rich. It's a choice between two completely different ways of thinking.
So on one hand, you've got the competitive mind. This thing runs on a belief in scarcity. It sees life as a zero-sum game. For me to win, someone else has to lose. And that, of course, just leads to fear and struggle. But then you have the creative mind. It knows that this thinking substance is infinite. There's more than enough for absolutely everyone. Its focus is on creating new wealth, not just fighting over what's already there.
So here's the bottom line, really. Competition keeps you locked in this state of limitation, fighting over what you think is a finite pie. The creative mind, it just bakes a whole new pie, using ingredients from a supply that never, ever runs out.
All right, so if we're not supposed to compete, how in the world do we create? Well, Wattles lays out a very specific, almost scientific formula for it.
It's a process with three really clear parts. First, you need a crystal clear vision of exactly what you want. Second, you have to hold that vision with unwavering faith, like a deep knowing that it's already on its way to you. And third, you got to connect to that source through gratitude. That's what tunes your energy to the frequency of abundance.
And, that first step is absolutely critical. Why does the vision have to be so clear? Because a vague wish gives that creative substance nothing specific to build. The universe can't work with ambiguity. It needs a precise, detailed, and really emotionally charged blueprint.
Now, hold on. This isn't just about sitting on the couch and wishing for things. The mental work, the vision, the faith, the gratitude, it has to be followed by action. But, and this is a huge but, the quality of that action is totally different from the frantic hustle we're trying to get away from.
Just take a look at the difference here. Action that comes from fear, it's anxious, it's inefficient. It's that hustle that's born from the deep down doubt that if you stop pushing, everything's going to fall apart. But action that comes from faith, now that's calm. It's purposeful. It's super efficient. It comes from the certainty that what you want is already on its way.
This quote, wow. It completely reframes why we even do anything. Your actions become the physical channels that allow the wealth you've already created in your mind to actually arrive in your life. You're not forcing things to happen.
You're just opening up to receive them.
And this, right here, is where the magic really happens. It's where all the pieces just click into place. Your clear vision is the destination. Your unwavering faith keeps you moving. Your constant gratitude keeps you connected. And your inspired action opens the door. It becomes this perfect, self-reinforcing loop.
And that leads to the ultimate shift in how you see everything. You're no longer a hunter trying to track down wealth. You actually become a conduit, and abundance just flows through you, naturally, effortlessly, and it ends up blessing everyone you come into contact with.
So, living this way really means you start to embrace a few core ideas. You begin to see wealth as a flowing river, not some stagnant pool you have to hoard and protect. You give freely, knowing that that's what keeps your channel open. You consciously choose gratitude over worry, because worry is like putting a giant dam in that river. And finally, your work transforms from just toil into a joyful expression of who you really are.
And all of this leaves us with one last, really powerful question to think about. Is your life about the struggle to just earn a living? Or is it about stepping into your power as a creator and allowing an abundant life to express itself through you? According to this science of getting rich, that choice, well, it's entirely yours.